Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first of the series in learning how to use resources found in UB Library and Rock Connect. These resources can be used to support the creation of senior capstone projects, along with many other activities and projects that you use in the classroom. My name is Suki Lu Conway, and I will be hosting. It is important to remember the resources shared today are found both in UB Library and Rock Connect of Rochester City School District in order to allow access to everyone. In the future, some of the resources that is shown will be the ones on Rock Connect. But for the purpose of this professional development training, we will be starting the series with three resources found on both platforms. The workshop goals of today is to introduce three applications found on UB Library and Rock Connect. We will also be discussing why teachers and students should use these resources. And also, in this in-person workshop, we'll be working together to discover the features of each application. The agenda today will be for the first workshop on September 15th during our lunch hour. Please feel free during this time to eat your lunch and also eat the snacks that were provided. From 11 to 11:10, it'll be a welcome introductions, allowing everyone to come in, set up, and sign in. There will be a sign-in sheet. If you do forget, it is okay because on the Google Classroom that has been sent out to all of you, you could also put your name on there. From 11:10 to 11:25, we'll be doing an opening activity. This will give you guys a chance to move around. Then 11:25 to 11:35 will be a quick presentation of the database, because the goal is to give you as much time as possible during this professional development in doing the activity. And finally, at 11:50 to 12 o'clock, we'll be doing a closing discussion. Since this is in your lunch and planning period, if you feel the need to go and do something else or stay for only 30 to 40 minutes, that is completely fine. There is the resources that are shared today will all be available on the Google Classroom, along with the handouts, videos, etc. The learning objective today is: given the checklist of databases from UB Library and Rock Connect, students will be able to identify 2 to 3 information with citation that supports the topic chosen by the end of the PD. The checklist was given or was right by the door when you were coming in. If you need one, please feel free to raise your hand. There was also an activity sheet that was given to in the form of a PowerPoint slide. If you want a physical copy of that, there's some by at each station, each table. But if you want a virtual copy, this was on your Google Classroom, also available to everyone. And this will allow you to type into. So for our opening activity, as you look around the room, you will see chart paper set up. We are going to be doing a KWL activity. With your group, you are going to grab markers and possibly some kind of electronic device. For example, if you have your cell phone, your laptop, tablet, iPad, anything. And you are going to go over to the KWL and you are going to scan the code that is provided on the KWL. This is going to lead to a Rock Connect. You're going to be given 5 minutes to discuss and work together to put at least 3 questions or wonders in the wonder section and 2 to 3 in the no section. Again, you aim for at least 2 for each section. But if you are struggling to get the third one, it's okay. And you will be doing this with everyone that you're sitting with. Or feel free to join a group if you're sitting by yourself. And I will be giving you guys about 5 to 6 minutes, and I will be setting a timer. For the purpose of this video, we are going to fast forward to 5 and 6 minutes. Afterwards, you are going to stay around your chart paper with your KWL, and I will be giving you a minute to walk around and look at everyone's before you sit down in your group. Now, hopefully from the KWL chart activity, you're going to recognize that there are some new resources on RUB Library and Rock Connect that you are not familiar with. This is to give you a chance to visit and learn some of these features. So one of the first ones that we're going to learn today, and learning on that resource checklist that I was just showing you, one of them we're going to be learning today is called Gale Health and Wellness. Another one is going to be called Gale eBooks. And finally, Gale in Context, Environmental Studies. There are additional 3 on there that just as to show you guys this will be the second part of the series for Novel New York, Rosen Financial Literacy, and also Rosen Teen Health and Wellness. And if you get a chance and you want to start exploring these on your own after the PD, I highly recommend it. But there will be a PD going over these 3 resources at a later point. There's also this activity sheet that is very similar to what our seniors used when they first started researching for their capstone projects. They have a research topic and interest area where they can type in or they can write in. And what's different is we're actually going to be starting with 3 specific resources that are on our Rock Connect or UB library that they are going to be making notation of that perhaps support what they are learning about. And then for each of these applications, it's really important for our students to start learning about citation. And for many of the resources that we're going over today, Gale Library, Gale Health and Wellness, and Gale in Context Environmental Studies, there is an area for locating citation. This features is to show them that they can always use this along with creating citation on their Google Docs and using the Purdue format that is provided in their Google Classroom. Now, this is the first video on the Gale library. In this video, I will be going over the features found in Gale library, but during an in-person workshop, I would be pulling this website up and maneuvering it through instead of watching the video so that it is more interactive with the people that are in person. However, these videos are clickable, and if you want to, you could use it. Each video is about 8 to 10 minutes to almost 12 minutes long, with the thought that it is more for independent learning. So therefore, I will not be clicking on these, but instead will be going on to encouraging you to go on it on your own time. Again, this is the second video of Gale Health and Wellness. Again, this will be going through all the features of it too. And then third, this is the Gale in Context Environmental Studies. Again, in the video, I was going over it, but it is something that it is more encouraged to do when their teachers want to do it independently. While they're in person, to keep up with the pacing, I would have these 3 websites pulled up and going it over in a more condensed version. going back to last slide, so in the in-person workshop, there would be about 10 minutes of this presentation of showing these three resources, and then the staff or the teachers will be given about 15 to 20 minutes in exploring those resources themselves with that worksheet with a topic that they are interested in researching. There will be the list of topics that are given. As mentioned, again, there's room of previous topics that students did, and the teachers will be given a time. The timer will be put up on their smart board so that way they can do it. Then afterwards, it will be because of the fact that this is a very timed PD in order to make sure the teachers have enough time to get back to their classroom after their lunch and planning period. There will be a closing reflection. One of the first questions is, what is one new feature I learned from the resources today I hope to apply in the classroom? What is one thing I hope to learn more information about in future professional developments on resources available? Again, quotation because of to allow access to everyone, UB Library, and more importantly, Rock Connect for our school district. Third, what was my favorite part of attending the in-person workshop today, especially since this professional development was also offered in a Google Classroom for more independent study. And then there is a reminder at the top too, if there was any additional questions or reflection, please feel free to share. Finally, there just for because it is an in-person, the teachers are on the way out the door. Obviously, thank you so much for attending our professional development, but also letting them know that they can fill out the professional development workshop feedback on their own time. Um, Especially with the fact that this is offered to try to fit the best way into their schedule. I do not want to hold them up as they're trying to get back to class to get ready for the students. They can fill this out at their own time and we'll go over it afterwards. And then any videos, activity sheets, and more that were used during the PD, including the in-person, everything is offered again in the Google Classroom for them to make copies of, for them to share with their students if they wish to do something similar in helping their students learning about more of the resources that are in their available in the Chromebook. This is a demonstration of how in-person professional development will be run. However, there are going to be some adaptation, especially with the fact that it isn't an hour long during their lunch and planning. And some of these features would be additional tabs that are open so that way timers can be provided. The website of going over the three resources will be a little quicker versus watching the videos since the videos are a lot longer. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope that you're interested in checking out the Google Classroom. Thank you.